Welcome folks, today we're going to be taking a look at some news regarding Diablo Immortal, and since a lot of people are already upset with this project, and I can understand why, I don't think this is going to be the most pleasing thing to hear, and I'm surprised that Blizzard are giving this information when one would perhaps expect they might be in damage control mode. So this was from a press release given by Alan Adam, or Adam I believe his name is, the guy on the left there, and Wyatt Cheng, and I believe this was done right at the end of BlizzCon. Now, the only source I was able to find for this interview was a Korean recording of it, which was on YouTube. I'll leave a link to that in the video description so that you can watch the entire press release if you wish to do so. So that's why we're going to have the Korean subtitles and that. But that doesn't matter, obviously, because these guys will be speaking in English. So let's go ahead here and see what they've got to say. Now, I don't read or speak Korean, but I'm assuming based on the answer that's about to be given that the question was about whether Blizzard's philosophy towards mobile gaming is changing based on the fact that they've now announced the Diablo Immortal project. So let's see what they've got to say about this.
In terms of Blizzard's approach to mobile gaming, many of us over the last few years have shifted from playing primarily desktop to playing many hours on mobile. And we have many of our best developers now working on new mobile titles across all of our IPs. Some of them are with external partners like Diablo Immortal. Many of them are being developed internally only, and we'll have information to share on those in the future. I will say also that we have more new products in development today at Blizzard than we've ever had in our history, and our future is very bright.
Okay folks, so I think I'm just going to pop that quote up on stream and I'll repeat it for you just in case you're still reeling from what was just said there. We have many of our best developers now working on new mobile titles across all of our IPs. So what we're seeing here with Diablo Immortal doesn't just appear to be a one-off experiment from Blizzard's point of view, but it's actually going to be a new direction going forward for the company. So whereas in the past Blizzard would actually make April Fool's jokes about their latest games and that coming to mobile, and you know it was all very funny at the time, but unfortunately it seems that they are actually taking that now in a far more serious direction. I think a lot of Blizzard fans, who are not being entitled, by the way, I'm sure some might be, but a lot aren't, are just very, very disappointed that a company they've supported and have enjoyed using their products of for so many years have now decided to go down this particular route. But obviously the most disconcerting news here is the fact that we are told many of Blizzard's best developers are being moved over to these mobile projects. Now, as I'm sure many of you know from job listings and everything else, not just from Blizzard but in other, big game company, development companies across the world, developers, really good developers and game designers are hard come by. If that's the kind of profession you guys have got into, any of you, then you're probably not going to be short of work. A lot of big companies, will really appreciate those kinds of people. And the fact that a lot of the resources and that, and developers in that sense, are clearly being put now across from the games that Blizzard were previously known for, their PC games in particular, and are now being moved across to the mobile platform, I think is perhaps the most concerning news here for those of us that have really been brought up understanding Blizzard from a certain point of view. That's obviously changing, and it's going to be changing, as far as many of us are concerned, for the worse, unfortunately. Actually, this is one of the reasons why I don't believe in brand loyalty. I know a lot of people will only shop with various brands, and I've never understood that, because I promise you, businesses do not believe in customer loyalty. Now, they will keep customers happy as far as it serves their interests, of course, but when it comes to business, the most obvious thing they're going to be loyal towards is how to make the most money, and we're seeing exactly that thing happening here now with Blizzard, despite the fact that they've been supported by their fans, throughout the last few decades. Those fans are not their focus at the moment with where they're going with these mobile projects. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were disappointed with this Diablo Immortal announcement. And I think it's also super unfortunate that a lot of the gaming press have really sided with the corporate interest in this case. The press technically is there to support us as as consumers and whatnot, and to hold business accountable. That's what they're there for. They are supposed to, in a sense, be on our side, but that's not proven to be the case here. And, they've gone ahead and started calling the fans entitled and whatnot, simply for voicing their own disappointments. The thing is, Blizzard absolutely have the right to do whatever the heck they want to do with their property, with their money. They can spend it how they want. They can create what they want. That's not the issue here, okay? The issue is that we, as individuals, as human beings, have every right under the sun to express our disappointment at the decisions that they've made. That's not an entitlement attitude. That's us as consumers telling a company that we have a vested interest in what it is that we're going to be willing to spend money on and what it is that we're not. That's actually an important thing for us to do. If we didn't do that, then things could end up being a lot worse than they already are. In fact, perhaps because we haven't done that enough is why we're going down this particular route anyway. Now, unfortunately, the bad news does keep on coming here. Many of us recognise Diablo as the kind of, dark, gritty game that it is, the franchise that it is, which is why when the original Diablo 3 trailer was released back in 2008, it took some criticism for being not as dark as its predecessor. Well, have Blizzard learned from that lesson? Let's see with this following question.
As I understand the question, if it's about the maturity of the content, the Diablo Immortal for the mobile device is being designed so that everybody can play from all ages. And so where some of the PC products are mature rated, our goal is that this will not be mature rated.
Well, there we have it then, folks. They certainly kept this quiet during the main BlizzCon panels and whatnot. So not only are Blizzard going in a completely different direction here with the Diablo franchise by bringing it to mobile, but they're actually completely undermining the whole feel and nature of the game by saying that it's actually going to be made and developed for all audiences and all ages. So this is a game that parents, will be happy for their children to play without any concerns, even very young children. And, that's just completely antithetical, I think, to what the Diablo franchise has established itself and its current identity. That's completely being blown away now from what we've just been told. So there we have it, folks. Couple of pieces from the interview that I did want to share with you and just give a little bit of commentary on. But as I say, I'm going to leave the link to the whole thing in the video description. It's about 10 minutes long. There's also other press releases from BlizzCon as well that you might not have checked out by this point. But it all depends how much you want to depress yourself by learning more about this Diablo Immortal project. Anyway, folks, I do appreciate you stopping by today. Please do share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of the future of Diablo right now? We know that Diablo 4 is in the works, but to be honest, even though I was hyped about that before BlizzCon, I'm actually just as concerned about that as I am with the overall direction of the franchise now. Because right now, I can't really see Diablo 4, even as a fully fledged PC game, existing in the same tradition as the rest of the Diablo franchise. I think it's going to be changed a lot from what it is that we've come to know and love about those games. Anyway, folks, that's it for me for today, so thanks for stopping by. And if you've found the video helpful, I know that it's probably not going to get a lot of likes, this video, because of the actual content itself about, Diablo Immortal and stuff. But please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll bring more news and that as and when I become aware of it in the future. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll see you next time.